Coupang is an e-commerce company in South Korea, also known as the Amazon of Korea. And today, we will examine its 2023 second quarter results. During the conference call, Kim, the CEO of Coupang, provided key business highlights, and we summarized them into 5 parts here. First, Coupang is maintaining a dual focus on increasing profit and sustaining high growth through substantial investment and attention to customer experience. Next, Coupang's flywheel is accelerating, evidenced by a faster increase in both revenue and active customer count. Notably, the growth rate of active customers has surged from 1% in last year's fourth quarter, 5% in the first quarter, and to 10% in the second quarter. All customer segments, including the oldest ones, exhibited increased spending and greater involvement across various categories. These two trends underscore the distinctiveness of the company's value proposition in the Korean retail landscape, which is characterized by limited selection and high prices. And also, Coupang's early stage in its growth path. This is because Coupang currently has a single-digit market share of the total retail market, which is expected to reach $550 billion in the next 3 years. Third, Kim outlines this quarter's financial milestones. Coupang generated $2 billion in operating cash flow and over $1 billion in free cash flow in the trailing 12 months, a significant milestone for a company that suffered heavy losses in its early days. The company also achieved its 4th consecutive quarter of substantial GAAP profitability, recording a net income of $145 million in the second quarter. Moreover, the alignment of free cash flow with adjusted EBITDA has reinforced Coupang's strong belief in meeting its long-term guidance of achieving over 10% adjusted EBITDA margin. Now, about its growth initiatives. Rapid growth is evident across all categories of the Rocket platform, and the growth extended beyond first-party offerings to third-party sales. Emerging merchant services such as advertising and fulfillment and logistics by Coupang, called FLC, are experiencing growth at more than double the pace of the overall business. Lastly, Kim discussed developing offerings, which includes Coupang Eats, Play, and e-commerce in Taiwan. Coupang is committed to maintaining meaningful free cash flow at consolidated level while pursuing these growth opportunities. He also provided some details about Coupang Eats, a food delivery app like DoorDash in the US. First, positive unit economics were achieved in this Eats business for several quarters now, along with almost all customer experience metrics showing improvements. Next, over 5% market share gain in service regions was achieved through Coupang's reinvestment of its positive contribution margin in the form of 10% discounts for WOW members on unlimited orders. For those who are new to Coupang, WOW membership is like Amazon Prime membership. The CEO also stressed that Eats has generated value in the overall Coupang ecosystem. For example, Eats customers exhibit higher spending in e-commerce and demonstrate strong retention on WOW membership, demonstrating its potential to accelerate Coupang's flywheel. And regarding Taiwan, the result there has exceeded expectations, with Coupang's app being the most downloaded app in the country during the second quarter. Also, Taiwan's Rocket delivery has scaled faster in 10 months than Korea's equivalent did in its initial 10 months post-launch. With Taiwan's progress surpassing expectations, Coupang will invest more in Taiwan this year. But at the same time, the company will maintain high standards in new initiatives, selectively investing only in opportunities that meet internal thresholds rather than aimlessly splurging cash. Now, let's discuss Coupang's second quarter financial performance. First, the number of active customers reached 19.7 million, up 10% year-over-year. And more importantly, the total net revenue per active customer was $309, which is up 10% year-over-year on a constant currency basis. As a result, total net revenue was $5.8 billion, up 21% year-over-year. Dividing the revenue into segments, net revenue from product commerce segment, which includes all Korean e-commerce activities, was $5.7 billion, up 21% on constant currency basis. In the second quarter, there was a change in the structure of the FLC, the fulfillment service. Now, Coupang only reports the fee commission from facilitating sales for merchants, not the full gross sales amount. This will reduce reported revenues from FLC, but the underlying economics remains the same. The third-party merchant service revenue accounted for $563 million, up 18%, and developing offerings segment net revenue was $156 million, up 2% year-over-year. The cost of sales was $4.3 billion, up 11% year-over-year due to higher volume. Expressed as percentage of revenue, it decreased from 77% a year ago to 74% this quarter. SG&A was $1.4 billion, which is up 3% year-over-year. But expressed as a percentage of revenue, this cost item decreased 66 basis points as Coupang benefits from operating efficiencies and fixed cost leverage. The resulting operating income was $148 million compared to a loss of $67 million a year ago. Moving on to the cash flow, cash from operations for the first 6 months was $1.3 billion, up significantly from negative $700 million just a year ago. Since Coupang has a very similar business model to Amazon's, its cash flow is also quite similar. For example, its operating cash flow is well above accounting earnings, which can fuel the company's overall growth. CapEx was $472 billion, up from $420 a year ago. This was driven by investments made in the fulfillment and logistics infrastructure, comprising purchases of buildings, land, and equipment. As a result, the total cash on the company's balance sheet was $4.7 billion, which is up from $3.3 billion a year ago. Management stressed that its free cash flow was positive $1.1 billion for the trailing 12 months, a significant improvement from negative $1.1 billion just a year ago. So these financial performance and operating results indicate that Coupang is now on track to continue its growth while generating accounting profit and free cash flow rather than growing by bleeding cash. This change is very important to realize for the long-term shareholders. Now, let's move on to the key summary of investor Q&A. When asked about FLC, Coupang CEO claimed that the company is rapidly expanding, growing more than twice as fast as the overall business, driven by benefits of consumer and merchants and across all categories. Specifically, merchants leverage it along with Rocket Delivery to enhance their businesses, particularly SMEs that benefit from Coupang's significant investment in infrastructure and technology. Consumers also gain from increased selection through services like Dawn Delivery and Rocket Return. For those who are outside of Korea, Dawn Delivery is seeing your packages delivered at your doorstep when you wake up in the morning. And Rocket Returns are super easy returns, just like leaving the item that you want to return by your door and not worrying about repackaging or return labels. But despite this significant growth, FLC constitutes a small portion of the total units sold, indicating substantial growth potential ahead. Kim showed excitement about its potential to expand customer selection in all categories, especially in fragmented and long-tail items that were hard to offer in the past. On expansion in Taiwan, which is outpacing the growth in Korea during a comparable period post-Rocket launch, Kim reports that Coupang's value proposition to Taiwan mirrors that of Korea, focusing on a transformative customer experience, and that successful strategies and insights from Korea are being applied in Taiwan. For example, Taiwanese customers responded positively to gaining access to millions of Korean assortment products, 70% of which come from Korean SMEs. When asked about Coupang's cross-selling progress, Kim claims that Eats has generated synergies across various aspects. An 80% increase in WOW members participating in Eats, a 20% increase in WOW members spending on Eats, and a higher Eats engagement correlates with higher WOW retention rates. The pursuit of operational synergies remains a priority, with value being compounded across the ecosystem to make WOW the most favorable offering for customers. With the majority of WOW members having yet to make a purchase on Coupang Eats, this potential benefit can not only drive Eats growth, but also significantly enhance their engagement with product commerce, generating added value for WOW members. As for the role of generative AI in Coupang, AI is already being widely utilized across various dimensions of the business, including Rocket-related functions such as ads, customer service, and supply chain management. To drive operational efficiencies and elevate customer satisfaction, Coupang is currently evaluating opportunities to leverage recent AI advancements and continuing to reinvest in AI teams and tools. Lastly, here are two interesting news articles that Coupang shareholders should know. First, Coupang Play's sports broadcasting attracts young customers, boosting paid memberships. It initially trailed other domestic platforms, but now ranks second in terms of monthly active users, only after TVing in Korea. Next, competition in the beauty market intensified between Market Curly and Coupang through the launch of Rocket Luxury. And Rocket Luxury, Coupang's dedicated platform for high-end beauty brands, showcased 16 prestigious cosmetics brands, including Estee Lauder, MAC, and Bobbi Brown, with all products sourced directly by Coupang. Okay, that's it for today's video on Coupang. And if today's video was helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And I will upload a detailed analysis of this Korean company pretty soon. Thanks guys!